We like to clean them around here. Summertime fishing and late fall, you know, the water's kind of, you know, 80, 75 degrees. So I still like to put them on ice and get their firm their meat up. I've been eating crappie since I was about 5, 6 years old. And I think the first time I cleaned one was, I might have been 6 when my dad taught me. And I've never thought I would ever be a tournament crappie fisherman. And here I am. And I love to, you know, share the enthusiasm, share the excitement, clean fish for people, give fish away, and have big fish fries. There's nothing like having a big fish fry and having them 20, 30, 40 people over, and you know, all that hard work and all that fun time that I had, I get to share it with everybody. So that's probably one of the main things, the main reasons why I like to do it. My family did it years ago, and it's just instilled in me. It's been with me my whole life. So I always like to start with the back toward me, and I like to use the gill plate as like a base to hold the fish, and then put your your middle finger and your thumb right here, and it won't go nowhere. And get the knife, throw it right up underneath that fin, and kind of at an angle, because you want to get a lot of this head meat right here, because that's like the filet mignon of the fish. So you just start here, get it going, and you stop it till you feel the backbone, and you'll feel it. You got that little bone right there, and then once you feel that, you just do a 95 and just go down the back, flip it over, and you can just see all that. There's the bone, the backbone with the rib cage. So you just start here at the tail and go down, and just kind of like a tomato, and there you have it. I've been using an electric fillet knife now for about a year, a little over a year, and I've always used a traditional knife. And my son got me one, and I thought, oh well, I'm old-fashioned, classic kind of guy. I don't like that, but he got me one, and now it's the cat's meow. It's the same thing on this side. Angle it toward the eye, go down, feel that bone. Now when you do it, you don't want to cut all the way through the bottom of the fish. Keep it straight, and that way there's something for the meat to hang on to, so you got something to pull on when you're going down. So a lot of people don't know that, but I like to do it. And then you just go down that, and if you just pull the fish to you, that's all there is. And get this piece out of the way, put it back here. You want to make sure that fin is that way. And then start here. And I'm not putting a lot of pressure. I'm just letting the knife do the work. And then, of course, I don't like any bone in my fish. You'll feel right through here. You'll feel the rib cage, and just angle that knife right behind that rib cage, and kind of stop right here where the stomach stops. Pull it apart. And there you have it, a beautiful piece of filet, and you're taking the rib meat right out, and that's a gourmet fish stick right there. And then of course, do the other side. Now there is a little bit of fin meat right here that you take off. That's what they use to control their dorsal fin. You just remove that right off, and you got a beautiful piece of meat. And I always like to save that bottom. That's kind of like the tuna fillet, real tender. Keep a little cooler, a little ice. Pop them in there, keep them cold. I'm really funny about keeping my fish cold. I like to keep the meat cold. That way when you go to clean it, or if you go to freeze it, you don't get any sogginess, you don't get any mushy meat, and it stays real nice and firm. They're a clean fish. They're not in the mud. Every blue moon you can find them in the mud, but they're a clean fish. They eat shad, they eat brim, and they have such white meat. It's not real stained, it's not real bloody, and it's just, I call it freshwater flounder. My favorite way to fry them is I like to use a Old Bay seasoning, a little bit of Italian breadcrumbs, maybe a half container or a half a bag of House Autry seafood breader in the medium, and then regular House Autry seafood breader. And I mix those four seasonings together, and just dip them in there and throw them in the fry daddy, and they're just as crispy and tender. And that Italian breadcrumb really gives the fish a little more crunch, a little more KFC feel. Because if you put it in there without it, it ain't quite got the feel. But with that Italian breadcrumb, it really gives it a crunch.